guys, so today we're going to be talking about this new hard candy matte shadow palette. There is 15 different shadows in this palette. They are all matte, and for me, I feel like all the shadows are really nice quality for the price that you're paying for it. It is only $10. I picked mine up at Walmart and I was pleasantly surprised with the shadows that came in this palette. You get 7 different almost lighter shades, and I'm going to call these 2 kind of lighter shades because they're not very dark on my skin, and then you get another 7 kind of mid-tones and darker shades there on the top. And for me, I feel like these shadows do blend really nicely. I would recommend it for somebody that is looking for a nice palette that doesn't want to spend a lot of money but really wants a lot of different color mattes. And I really do like this palette, guys. So if you stay tuned, I'm going to show you a little demo of how I got this look, just so I can show you how these shadows kind of blend out on the eye. I'm going to go ahead and go into the demo, and at the end of the demo I'll give you my final thoughts on the palette, and then I'll talk to you guys later. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and start with one of the lighter colors in the palette here, and I think I'm going to go ahead and start with this one here. They don't have names on them, so it's just going to be the second to the last light color there. And I'm just going to take a fluffy brush. These do have a little kick off on them, which is okay with me. I mean, I don't really mind the kick off, but I'm just going to set my eye, and I do have a primer on, and I am using the Wet n Wild primer today. I really like that primer. I tend to use it a lot because I just find it to be such a good primer for the price, and I don't mind it at all. And as you can see, that white color, and it's not really a white color, it's like a peachy color here, has a lot of pigment in it. The next color I'm going to go ahead and go into would be this one here. I'm going to use that one as a transition color, so it's kind of like a purpley mauve-y color, and then I'm just going to put that in my crease here. I hope you guys can see that color there. Now, some of these colors you do have to build up just a little bit, which I don't mind, which helps you get to where you want to be with some of the colors. They're not like over the top pigmented, so you just got to be aware of that. Just keep on adding as you want it to get to the color that you want. But I mean, it's kind of a lighter color, but I like the lighter colors for transitions so that it just kind of blends the others in. So there's that color there in the transition, and I think it's an okay color. It could be a little bit more pigmented, but the more you put, it just kind of stays at that color, and it might work a little bit for lighter skinned girls. All right, so next I'm going to go ahead and go in with this color here, the darker purple. I'm going to put that in my outer V. Let's see here, just on the outer V. And again, you do have to build this color as well, which I'm okay with. For some of you that don't like to have really, really dark looks right away, this would be a perfect palette because most of these shadows do need to be built up to the color that they have in the pan, which is okay with me. Now you can see it could be a little patchy, but if you work on it, it'll blend itself out. So, still not bad pigment though. There we go. I think it does a good job. So the next color I'm going to go into, this one here on the end. It's kind of a pink color. So you can see it does pick up a lot of product. Just like that. I'm going to have to clean this side up because it looks just horrendous. Now I'm going to just take a slanted brush. I'm going to go into the lighter color here, and I'm going to put that on my brow bone. So I'm going to go into one here, which is the one we use as a transition, and put that right next to my eye. And then I'm going to go into the darker purple one here. Just go right under that. Just to smoke it out a little bit more. There we go, just like that. So I'll be right back. I'm going to go put the rest of my face on, and then I will give you my final thoughts.
Alright guys,
so this is the finished look using the new Hard Candy All Matte Palette. I think the shadows are really nice. They do blend pretty well. Some of them could be a little patchy, which is pretty normal for a lot of matte shadows. I mean, even higher end ones, some of them can be kind of patchy. So I can't blame that on this at all. I think for the most part, a lot of these shadows are pretty creamy. Some of these really light ones are very, very creamy and to the touch, and they blend really nicely. Some of them don't show up so well on my skin because I have kind of a darker skin tone. So some of them don't. Like some of these ones at the bottom, I just use them as like a setting type of shadow, but the rest of them show up really well. This one here tends to run on the lighter side on me, but as far as like the rest of them, like this red one here, it's a really pretty color. The purple one, which I used today, is a really, really pretty color. This black-ish color one, not so bad. It's almost, and it's not like a black color, it's more like a coffee color. So that one I wouldn't really say is completely black, but I think it works really, really nicely to get some definition in your eye. I think it's really, really pretty. So I do think that this is a really nice palette. It's only $10, so if you are looking for a really inexpensive matte palette, I think this one would work out really well. There's not a lot of effort that needs to be done with these shadows. They blend pretty well for the most part, and I was pretty impressed with this 15 shadow palette. For the price, $10, I think it's a perfect palette for anybody that doesn't want to spend too much money. I have used all of these shadows in this palette, so I think they all work really, really well. But I mean, that's just my opinion, and I do have a ton of higher end shadows, and I think this one is good. It's not as good as some of the higher end shadows I have, but I think it will work for a lot of people. So that is my review on this palette. Let me know if you have any questions about it, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel, now would be a good time to do so, and I'll talk to you guys later.